definitely assertive.
Virgo Mars.
Yes, she's definitely direct and assertive. Like, that's definitely, like, she's gonna give it to you straight. She said what she said.
Period.
She said what she said.
Welcome back, YouTube family, Soul Tribe. Thank you for being here. And this conversation is going to be about masculine versus feminine energy. So in my last video, my journal entry number 2, I talked about how I've been struggling to embrace my feminine energy. So I thought it would be good to have this conversation and bring in the most feminine energy person that I know, my sister Tina.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
So I just wanted y'all to hear, from both sides of us, how we tap into the energy that we feel most comfortable with, and hear about the struggles that we have with tapping into the other side. So I will start. Like I said, my last video, I talked about how it doesn't always come easy for me to embrace feminine traits and feminine emotions and that kind of thing. And I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to make it a little easier for myself, trying to get more comfortable with it. But it's still a work in progress for me. But the more that, I work on myself, I kind of see, why it's hard for me, because I feel like a lot of like feminine traits get frowned upon, right? Like in a societal image, whatever. Like they say, if you're a woman, you can't be a leader, or you can't be in power because you're gonna be emotional, or you're not gonna be able to think straight and make decisions based off of like logic and all that kind of thing. So in general, we learn that being a woman or being ladylike is not necessarily the same as being strong, or just like a thing to be necessarily proud of and happy to do, especially in the way that I was able to see throughout my life, that like when you be a woman and you do things for men and that kind of thing, men don't really treat you good. And I've always felt like that was a sign of weakness if a woman was to be too soft and allow people to like do stuff to her and to control her. So I feel like a lot of the views that I have on femininity is based off of like social conditioning, and not necessarily something that I learned for myself and learned to appreciate for myself.
And like listening to you and understanding how some of us embrace, and sometimes it's sometimes more so second nature. And I think my femininity came more second nature, more underlying, because I just thought it was just who you are, who you're supposed to be type of thing. I truly believe that when it comes to embracing that side, it does seem as if, a sign of, you don't have a backbone, or, you can't really, move through unless you have a tough skin, or you're tough, or you're grown, you have some type of outer layer about you that's a little rough around the edges. So for me, I think that I never really embraced it to call it femininity. I just thought it was just doing good and being good in a way.
Yeah.
Until I kind of got into the understanding of the duality of two, like that there is a masculine side of someone, a feminine side of someone. So for me, who has come to understand that I am such a lover and a nurturer, and I like to take care of things and people, like I just love to care, and that's like my big heart factor. But I thought that everybody was supposed to both masculine, but we live in a gender-based reality where it's like the man is the man, the man is the masculine, and if he had any type of feminine energy about him, it was frowned upon or it was mocked or anything like that. So and then it's still vice versa, with women, and women are supposed to be nice, and women are supposed to be pretty, and everything, but it's more so embracing that softness side of.
I never even lean to the idea that I was like masculine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I always just assumed like I'm feminine, like until like the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm like, nah, I'm kind of masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and even when I ask my friends and stuff, and they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me because, you know, I've always felt like a girly girl, but it's so contradictory to what I actually am. So I don't know why I felt like that, but I do know it kind of stems from like the physical side of femininity or what have you. You know, I did feel like because I embraced being a pretty girl and know how to dress and do my face and my hair, and I've always been like that. I've always been into caring about how I look. I was going to look nice and have nice things, and that's all part of being a girl to me. And I feel like those are the traits, or those are the sides that I chose to embrace, as opposed to the emotional side of it. And we talked about yesterday how we feel like, well, I said, you know, how I feel like growing up in the city definitely gave me that type of edge. Like, I can't be soft. Like, I can't be too much of a girly girl. I don't want to be taken advantage of in any way or have anybody feel like they can touch me.
Yeah. But you know, it's so crazy, not to, you know, cut you off, but it's like listening to what our conversation was yesterday. We literally lived like a parallel life, because you grew up in the north and I grew up in the south, like that southern hospitality type of way, where I was telling you yesterday, like everybody is just, you know, so like, you know, friendly. So it's like, that's just what, you know, everybody will smile at you, you know, everybody says, you know, hi, or, you know, and then when I come to New York, you know, when I'm in the town, you know, I get it's in your face, and you literally have to have some type of, not rudeness about you, but you literally have to be, you know, tough. And so it's interesting because when I grew up like a tomboy in a way. Like, I love the sneakers. Like, I grew up with, like,
that's so interesting too, because and you're still kind of like that, where I'm more like, I'm gonna wear something that's gonna show my body, it's gonna be tight, I'm gonna be sexy, and Tina's gonna wear something more baggy, more like just flashy, more than it's gonna accentuate her feminine features. And that's so interesting, the parallel, even though our personalities
are literally like polar opposites.
Yeah, we are starting to look back at ourselves, you know, like, how did we get this way? What led us to us being this way? Because we weren't always like this, and we see that now. And I just think it's important for us to, you know, unlearn the parts of us that we didn't pick, right? So as much as, you know, even in my astrology chart, and when I take like the personality analyses and all that stuff, everything tells me I'm filled with masculine energy. So, you know, there's not really any way out of it for me. But as far as not the animosity, but the reluctance I have towards embracing femininity, I want to unlearn that. I want to unlearn that side. I want to feel comfortable with embracing all parts of me and feeling okay with divine feminine energy, you know? So do you feel like embracing your masculine side is easy for you? Does that come easy for you?
I don't believe so. I don't think so, honestly, just because I feel that, one, my outer shell is so masculine. Not so masculine in a way, like, I'm not, but like it's I'm not, like you said, I'm not really the girly girl dressed up, but so I feel like if that masculinity came out, it'll match the outer layer, and, you know, I would be even more
manly.
Okay.
No, it makes sense.
Yes, but one thing you just said that kind of like put a little sparkle in my heart was the unlearning of actually learning to be okay with that and still being able to balance the two, because I think I was so reluctant too, and wanting to embrace that, because I just felt like that I already, not to say like, you know, I already wanted to be loved, but like I was telling you the other day, like, I love to feel good. I love to those around me to feel good. That's just natural in my spirit, that nurturing spirit. And I'm all water, like, but it's that part of me. So it's like, I feel that like once it becomes a little bit tougher, a little harder, I might become a little different.
Like when I think of the feminine side, the reasons why I don't want to embrace it is because I know I've learned that it's associated with weakness or softness.
Yes.
So what is it about masculinity that you feel like that you've learned that might not necessarily be true, but you still have that conditioned bias against?
And literally it's the complete opposite, because I feel like I will come off like very cold-hearted or mean or, you know, like unloving or, you know, unkind, because there are times where it comes out and I'm getting that feedback, you know, and I don't like the sound of feedback, but it's like I don't want to be it all the time to have.
You don't like that energy of coldness. Okay.
I think that's what it is. Like you said, there's, for feminine, it's like weak, it's soft, but also there is a sense of empowerment. There's a sense of caring.
Yeah, and I want to be very like careful because because I don't want to say also, because I can admit that, you know, a lot of the things that I feel are not true. So I might feel like that's weakness, but that's not true.
Yeah.
It's what I've been taught. It's maybe even be what has been implied, but it's not true. So, you know, you might feel like that masculinity is cold, but it's not true. So it's just not true.
Right.
It's just what we have been conditioned to feel like based off of our experiences with that energy.
Yes. A word. A word.
So I did look up, you know, the energy, because I wanted to find out, you know, what are the true qualities of these energies, and not just what we've been taught and what we have projected, but, you know, what is the truth about these energies. So I'm gonna read masculine and you can do that.
Okay.
So masculine energy is strong, controlled, focused. Okay, I don't want to do that because we're not gonna put no, because this is just pure energy. Okay, pure energy. So keep it neutral.
Okay.
It's not strong. No. Okay.
Okay. The control part, I feel that part.
Not they spell masculine wrong. I shouldn't even use this source.
It says masculine.
Yeah,
masculine, feminine, yeah.
No. Oh, and it's interesting because they have natural and wounded. So the wounded speaks to how these qualities can come out when a person's not healed, and they will project. So let's do this.
Yes.
And they spelled it right and everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. When you read that, did that sound like you?
Did that sound like you? Did we just sound like each
us?
other? Yeah.
We sure did.
Yeah. Cause like that feminine, that's you all day, honey. You gonna unconditionally love some shit.
Nice.
Like Tina will convince you anything is beautiful, anything is nice. Like no matter what it is, she gonna tell you it's a nice one out there somewhere.
It is. Better further down, I'm telling you.
Okay, she is nurturing, she's understanding, tender, kind, intuitive. Like she takes a screenshot of every angel number, and anytime it's an angel number, she gonna say something and she gonna screenshot it. Every time.
A reader. Oh my gosh.
But no, you're definitely, you know, a very feeling person. Emotion. I'm not gonna say emotional because you're not like all here and there, like moody or anything like that. But you know, when you feel, you feel. That's yeah.
Okay, but all of this is definitely you too. As far as like responsible, like Keisha's the one who takes care of everything. Like she will let you know. Like
if I don't do it, it ain't gonna get done.
No, honestly, no, for real. Honestly, I'll support her in that though. She's definitely she doesn't have a lot of inner strength. Like, and that's one thing out of love I feel that is about, like, I feel like your inner strength, people just feel like she's okay. You know what I mean? Like it is literally because she got it. Like I'm telling you, like that's definitely her. She's definitely courageous. She's definitely not like worried about doing anything because she's like, what's the worst that can happen? You understand? Like that's definitely you. You're definitely protective, not like overprotective, but you're definitely like making sure that we're good, like everything is taken care of, like no loose ends. That's definitely her. Definitely assertive.
That's that Virgo Mars.
Yes, she's definitely direct and assertive. Like that's definitely like she's gonna give it to you straight. She said what she said.
Period.
She said what she said.
she be chilling, but she be on it. Like that's the whole point. Like that's how good of but yeah, she's definitely logical. Like she definitely makes sense of anything. That's why like for any of us, we can come to her for us to kind of really sort our brains out, because she'll give you the logic. She'll take my emotions out of things, because that's how I'm not emotional, but I put emotion in everything that I do, like she said. But she'll help me sort it out. She'll take all them feelings out and say, okay, now do you see what the problem is? Do you see what it is? I'm like, yes.
Yeah. So,
but yeah,
that's why it's good to have, a balance, in your friendships, that, you don't find friends that are exactly like you, but that complement what you bring to the table. Now the other side of this conversation, which is of course not the easy side to have, but necessary, because you don't want to get so caught up in the good side of anything, because everything, like she said, has duality, and there's another side. So yin yang, you gotta look at what negative could possibly come with any energy. So I'm gonna read off the qualities of the wounded masculine. Now, if you consider yourself a person that is healed, you could still exhibit these traits in a time where you are wounded, or at a time where you're struggling. And it doesn't make you above any emotion. Just know that, that feeling is coming from a place of hurt or pain or trauma, which are all one and the same. But anyways, wounded masculine traits. Now, these are all traits that we tend to associate with men,
literally,
that cause us to in turn say men ain't shit, because they exhibit these wounded masculine traits. I'm gonna keep going. Criticism, abuse, avoidance, unsupportive, unstable.
Oh my goodness.
Aren't these all qualities of an ancient man?
Yes. You can't be broken handsome. Queen Nikki said it herself. Can't be just no such thing.
When these niggas try to hold on to masculinity and they feel like I'm the manliest man of all men, and they're only exhibiting wounded masculine traits, that's not a man, sis. It's not a man.
No.
And he ain't a woman either. So don't put him on this side.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The wounded feminine energy. Okay. So the first word is a word that a lot of women play, and they think that they're not playing it. Yes. Weakness, manipulation, manipulative. Okay, yes. Using emotional tactic
to get what you want.
Oh my God.
Women, y'all know y'all be doing it.
Yes. Okay. Withholding, codependency. Be your own, please. It's the best thing you can ever do.
It is. I'm working on it.
I know, for real. Oversensitive. That means like taking things personal. And over emotional. Yeah. I mean, that's literally typically. Wounded feminine energy.
And those are traits too that you would see from a woman who is problematic, who is like, we see the woman and they acting crazy and doing all this stuff to a man. You're like, why is she like that? Like, what is she going through? She wounded.
Yeah. But to add, like, to kind of like expand upon that, is because I have experienced wounded feminine energy in a man. The manipulation to make, and you understand what I mean, like literally victimizing themselves of what you had to.
No, men will tap into their wounded feminine energy,
okay.
won't they?
Yeah, they would. Guilt trips.
The men that's really smart, right?
Yes.
What they do is they watch you do it, and they take notes, so they know how to get you back and do what you want you. And
say it to you.
Men, don't take no tips.
No.
I know I said that the smartest ones do that, but it's really not smart. It's all part of the manipulation. So these are qualities that we see often that get associated with these two things, which keep us from wanting to embrace those two things.
Yes.
And we don't realize that when we go back to it, there's so many other more positive qualities that you can embrace.
So much more.
So for me personally, from the natural feminine qualities, I'm looking forward to embracing unconditional love. Because I know that, you know, I don't have a problem with loving, but I have a problem with loving unconditionally when I feel like people don't necessarily deserve it. And I don't want to be cold, you know? I don't want to be cold. So, you know, I feel like everyone is going through their own plight. And once I can say that for what it is and really see people for who they are, I have no bad blood with anybody. I can love everybody because I understand that it's not personal. It's not about me. You're going through your own thing, and I'm okay with that. Also looking forward to embracing nurturing. Not a nurturing person. Kindness.
It was the nurturing.
Sensitivity. I'm being so serious.
No, I know. I definitely know.
Because I'm not the most sensitive person. You know, I will definitely support you through anything. But if you come to me on some, you know, very emotional stuff, and I don't necessarily understand why you're feeling like that, I'm going to express my not understanding why you're feeling like that. And I might not always be as sensitive as you might need me to be because of my lack of sensitivity.
These are a lot of things that I actually have been looking forward to and being especially confident in knowing that, you know, working and doing, you know, what it is. I deserve it. Being confident in all that I do. Because a lot of the feminine energy is there's a lot of self-doubt in there too. In the you know, wounded feminine, there's a lot of self-doubt, but that confidence counters that, you understand? I'm definitely looking forward to boundaries. Is that what that says? Boundaries. That's a big word. Boundaries.
It's heavy.
Whoa, that should have been number one. Definitely.
But that word changed the energy up in here.
Okay. Definitely being more direct. And she can definitely attest to that because I will go everywhere around the bush, but where I need to go. But I'll get there.
And
But why do we need to
you
go
ain't
there?
going nowhere.
What
you doing? I'm sorry. Did we cancel Kevin Hart? Scratch that. We'll cut that out.
As to why I need to protect myself and my energy, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that is allow my masculine not to be a shield for things not to come out of me. You understand? Like, I'm definitely going to be able to still share unconditional love, and you know, but I need something to, like, when things are trying to get in, like a filter, you know. That's where it comes in. That's where that balance comes in.
And, you know, that's a great way to, you know, wrap up this video on the point that, you know, no matter what energy you have, no matter what energy you're trying to work with for a certain season in your life, the most important aspect about energy, especially yours, is protecting it. Keep yourself safe. Make sure that no one is able to shift your energy. That whole concept of matching energy, cut it. Don't match anybody's nothing. You bring your whole self, bring your energy, and feel confident in it. And whoever is around, let them be swayed by your energy. Let you shine so bright that people have to be like, oh my God, let me take this in.
Yes.
Like let it be that. If you walk around here matching energies, everybody's getting a piece of you. Like, everybody. And it's not it. And make sure that, you know, in all things you try to maintain balance and harmony, so that you're not too much on any particular side, and you're not exhibiting those wounded energies that are problematic and toxic.
One thing that I realized when you were talking as far as like balance is that the heart is in the middle of your chakras. You know what I mean? Like a balance. So it's like that
midpoint.
No, it's a center point from the grounded, which is the masculinity, to, you know, that's you know,
it ties the two.
Yes.
So use your heart.
Yes.
Use your heart. Work on your heart chakra. Try to have compassion, and it will truly help you balance those things. Understanding, but you only can understand by having compassion.
Yeah, that's right.
And trust me, child, I'm working on it. Okay.
She will.
I'm taking my own advice.
She transcending. Okay.
Love y'all.